Welcome to the ultimate look at Apple's future. The year 2025 has been full of news, but 2026 and 2027 will be even bigger. Apple is preparing for a massive transition. This journey starts with a major problem. There is a global crisis with RAM memory. This crisis is growing very fast. Apple has two choices for 2026. One theory says they might actually lower the specs of their devices. This means some computers could go from 16 GB of RAM down to 12 GB. Some phones might drop from 12 GB back to 8 GB. This seems unlikely because AI needs more RAM, not less. However, the cost of parts is a real issue that Apple must face soon. Even with these hardware worries, Apple is doing amazing things with software. They recently released a very important research paper. They even made it open source so anyone can see the code. This technology can take any normal 2D photo and turn it into a 3D experience. It is not just a simple visual trick. It creates a real sense of depth. You can look at a photo of a landscape and feel the volume of the water. You can see a photo of a living room and walk through it virtually. This will change how we use our iPhones and headsets. It is a massive step forward for digital photography. But Apple is not perfect. We are hearing stories about missed opportunities. Elon Musk recently joked that Apple is the Tesla graveyard. Years ago, Musk tried to sell Tesla to Apple for a very low price. He wanted only 10% of what Tesla is worth today. Tim Cook refused to even meet with him. Apple thought they could build a better car on their own. As we know, the Apple Car project failed after years of work. This shows that even a giant like Apple can make big mistakes. Tim Cook is a great businessman, but he has also cost the company some huge wins. There is also a lot of talk about engineers leaving Apple. People call it an exodus of talent. But there is another way to look at this. Maybe Apple is letting people go on purpose. Some reports say they are fighting hard to keep the experts who design the chips. They are paying huge bonuses to the silicon team. But for other areas that haven't been successful, Apple is letting them leave. This might be a way to save money on severance pay. It could be a strategic cleanup rather than a crisis. Apple is focusing only on the people who bring real value to the future. The competition is also getting tougher. Google and the Pixel phones are becoming a threat. Usually, the Pixel does not sell as much as the iPhone. But new reports suggest that the iPhone's recent design choices are helping Google. People are looking for something different. Apple knows this and is planning a huge response for 2026. That year will be packed with new hardware. They are testing a new MacBook with the A18 Pro chip. They are also changing where they build their products. Apple is moving production to India and even working with Intel. They want to stop depending so much on Taiwan. They are spreading their risks across different countries. One of the biggest leaks is about the iMac. We are finally going to see an iMac with an OLED screen. This will be a huge upgrade for people who work from home. The colors will be better and the design will be thinner. But the real secret is the long-term roadmap. Apple is working on a plan that goes all the way to 2028. This plan includes a new version of Siri. This Siri will be powered by Apple Intelligence. It will be able to talk to you like a real person. They might even give Siri a face using Memojis. This would make the assistant feel more personal and alive. Health is another big focus for the next few years. Apple is building new apps to track your body in detail. They are also working with banks to make mobile payments safer. We will see new versions of the AirPods and AirTags. But everyone is waiting for the 20th anniversary of the iPhone. That will happen in 2027. It has been 20 years since Steve Jobs changed the world in 2007. Apple wants the iPhone 20 to be the most futuristic phone ever made. They want it to be a pure slab of glass. No buttons, no ports, just a perfect screen. Before we get to 2027, Apple has to fix its AI problem. Right now, Apple Intelligence is behind the competition. They haven't delivered everything they promised for iOS 18. The next year will be their last chance. If they can't make their own AI work, they will have to use other systems. They might have to integrate Google Gemini or ChatGPT into every part of the iPhone. They want the phone to be smart enough to help you without you asking. This is a very difficult task, and the clock is ticking. The next 2 years will see many new iPhones. In early 2026, we might see the iPhone 17 series. Then in September, the iPhone 18 Pro and the first foldable iPhone will arrive. In 2027, we will get the iPhone 18e and the legendary 20th anniversary model. This staggered release is a new strategy for Apple. They want to keep people excited all year long. The most interesting of these is the foldable phone. Samsung and Huawei already have foldable phones. Apple is arriving late to the party. But Apple wants to make sure their folding screen doesn't have a crease. The foldable iPhone will be a premium product. It will have a screen that is nearly 8 inches when open. The price will be very high. Some leaks say it will cost over $2,000. This is a lot of money for a phone. It might even cost as much as $2,500. This could create a problem for Apple. Why buy a folding phone when you can buy a MacBook and a regular iPhone for the same price? Apple will have to prove that the folding experience is worth the extra cost. They are using a mix of aluminum and titanium to keep it strong but light. One cool feature of the foldable is the camera. It will have a punch hole design or a camera under the screen. This means the screen will be completely clean. There will be no notch at the top. They are also moving the fingerprint sensor to the power button. This is because the folding screen is too thin for a sensor underneath. The battery will be very large, maybe up to 6,000 mAh. This is necessary to power that huge 8-inch display. It is a massive project that has been in development for years.